childhood trauma and fear. It's all about getting to the root of the issues in this full moon in Cancer. Hello, my fellow human beings. My name is Shauna. I'm an intuitive, I'm an Akashic reader, and I'm an astrologer. Did I mention that I have pigs also? Anyway, I like to use my gifts to bring you, my fellow human beings, not human doings, messages to help inspire and empower you. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please hit subscribe and notify. We would love to have you here. I also have readings available. All this is down in the description box below. All right, let's get back into this video. Have you been experiencing feeling closed off from others? Old partners calling and texting? Unexpected expenses coming up? Technology on the fritz? Not being able to speak right and really wanting to cut your bangs? Don't worry, you're only experiencing retrograde. You guys, we left 2021 with a lot of looming energies. We are in Venus retrograde, and we were back in 2021 also. We are also currently in Mercury retrograde, so we have both planets in retrograde motion right now. I think this is a really important aspect of this moon, especially because it is our first full moon of the year. This is all about insight. This is all about us doing that inner work before we get started and motivated towards the year. It's kind of like, you know, we're bringing up things that we can't ignore, because yes, we want to start new, we want to start fresh, and we want to do something different, but sometimes we have to actually heal what was in the past first, what was at the root cause of things. Otherwise they come slipping back up. And that's why I think this retrograde and this full moon is going to be really important for us. So how does a full moon affect us anyway? I wanted to talk about this a little bit because I think it's important, but the moon represents our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind stores, habits, beliefs, natural processes such as breathing. It's automated response, and this actually controls 95% of our life. So that's a huge deal. So the moon represents this subconscious mind. So this is why we see a lot of crazy things happen around the full moon, because these are more unconscious people being affected by this energy. But if we're able to tap into the full moon's energy, and really any of the cycles of the moon, any of the phases, once you really get in a rhythm, a natural cycle with them, and understand what they're used for, then you're able to use them to actually change habits and change beliefs and really grow and learn and things like that. So like I said, we're talking about Cancer full moon. So we're really getting to the root of the issue. Cancer is the home sign of the moon. So this is going to be a very powerful time, and it really will affect that subconscious. And as I was saying earlier, we're talking about this retrograde energy too. So really taking this time to stop and assess our actions and see where they're coming from. See if things from the past are still affecting us. See if we're still doing things to avoid certain things because of fears from the past. I was trying to think of some of my own childhood fears and stuff. And I was going to ask you guys, did you guys have any crazy childhood fears? I had one where I would actually sleep with the covers completely around my head and neck because I was afraid of vampires biting my neck. And I felt like those covers were saving me. And I will say to this day, I sleep with the covers around, like, I'm not afraid, but I was just thinking about that. I feel like I still sleep that way because I did it all the time when I was a kid. And whenever you're a child, like, you're imprinted, you usually follow along and do very similar habits and stuff unless you consciously change them as an adult. You repeat those patterns again. But I was just thinking about that. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' crazy childhood fears were. I think that's interesting. And like I said, this full moon is bringing up childhood fears, root issues, and traumas. So there's a dark side to this also, because Cancer is ruled by the divine feminine energy. Divine feminine is, all about nurturing, mothering. This is the home, this is the family. But that divine feminine energy really has a darkness to it because it's all about transformation. So, a seed starts in the dark. A baby starts in the dark. All things start in the dark and then are transformed into a new life. So that's what this full moon is about, this Cancer full moon. This is about transformation from the root of things, but there can be a darkness to it because we are revealing fears that have held us back in the past. And so these things could really come up during this time and around this time. I was feeling like, suppressed memories and things like that could come up for several of you guys also. If you've been asking, what the truth is about a situation, why is this happening? Why am I this way? This is a time that you're going to get those answers. So being mindful and being in meditation and really just taking some time for yourself under this full moon is really going to be beneficial. The full moon and Cancer. So Cancer is the sign of home, family, roots, nurturing our mothers, those sort of things. It is actually said that our soul passes through the sign or the constellation of Cancer before coming into the 3D world. I think that's super cool. So yes, this full moon really has the power to reveal a lot of big energy. It kind of seems like, it's Cancer, it's nurturing, it's homey, but I really can see there could be a dark side to this, a transformative side to this energy, especially with this retrograde. I feel like the retrograde and the full moon is really like, you better do your work because we're about to blast into 2022 with all kinds of crazy energy. A lot of transformations I feel like are going to be happening in 2022. And if we're not ready for what energy is coming through for those transformations, it'll blindside us. We'll miss them. We can go backwards, those sort of things. So this full moon is in Pusha Nakshatra. This is called the Nourisher. So we are getting double nourishment here, which is a good thing because like I said, I felt like there could be some dark energy going on, but we are also getting supplied with nourishment. This Nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is benevolent. It is a more positive energy, but it has the ability to grow and expand anything that it touches. It also brings higher purpose, a higher sense of purpose in us. It makes us look at things from a more humanitarian point of view. So I feel like stuff that has to do with the world, even though we're talking about home and family a lot, we're also talking about seeing how home and family fits into the bigger picture, into the world, how we affect the world. Where is our place in the world? This Nakshatra Pusha is actually really cool because it brings wisdom and advice and direction. So if you've been feeling uninspired, if you've been feeling like you just don't know which way to go or anything like that, this Nakshatra, this energy under this full moon is really going to help bring that to us. It's going to pull, like I said, the bigger picture together. We're going to get that higher sense of purpose. We're going to know what direction we're going to want to take. And I don't think we're going to take off completely at that full moon. I feel like it'll be a few weeks later, but we will at least know where we stand and what we're wanting to do. Another important aspect about this full moon is the Sun conjunct Pluto. Why is this such a big deal? This is actually, I feel like, a really big energy going along with this whole thing. So this can actually have us heal any relationships with father figures, authority figures, anybody that, in control over us that we have an issue with. So that could come up during this time. But this also means that these authority figures could be pushing their agendas, and at this time we're actually having to stand up for our beliefs. So we could be seeing some things going on in the world, like I said, also with that Pusha Nakshatra, the humanitarian, seeing, the bigger picture, the higher purpose. I really just sense that something's going to be brought up, and it's going to be our time to really shine and kind of choose, okay, are we going to stand up for what we believe in? Are we going to stand up for what is right at this time? Or are we going to keep allowing these things to happen? I really feel like this full moon is preparing us to get fired up over something, to be ready. It's like we're taking this time to step back. We need it. We need to rest. We need to recharge. We really need to get a handle on what we want, what direction we're going in. We're ready to, boom, go do what we're doing. We know what we want. We know where we stand. And I feel like a lot of us need that at this time. So how can you use this energy to benefit you the most? Really and truthfully, taking time for yourself, taking time to reflect, meditation, mindfulness, just spending some time to yourself, I feel like is going to be really important, so you can really start to hear that inner voice, get those inspired downloads, and start asking those questions so you can listen to what the universe is telling you at this time. These retrograde energies are going to really help us reveal a lot of truth. So will this full moon. So being able to listen and tune into this is going to be very important. You can use this time to really look at your family, see what's going on. As you know, your surroundings are a reflection of you, of your your inner world, and you can take this time to see, why is this happening? Why is this relationship broken? How would I like to heal it? Or what can I do to heal it? If you're ready to do something like that. Sometimes we have feelings about people and we don't even know why. So this is going to be a good time to understand those feelings, because feelings and emotions can lie to us. They can be attached to old habits and beliefs and patterns, and they may just not be the truth. So it's important to look at things from the whole picture. So my dear friends, we are getting to the root of things. We are getting to the childhood fears and traumas under this full moon. And I think that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys stay super blessed.